Here we go.
You got it. Okay.
You need me to turn it off? I'm sorry.
Oh, Thomas, you're recording?
Yeah, but it's not going
Yeah.
out, but I can turn it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, you don't need to record because we do the recording and we'll upload it to the YouTube channel of Nurse Talk.
Or I can send it to you afterwards if you need it
Yeah,
to.
we'll
But
have
I think we've
access.
got
We're
it.
good. We're good.
We
Turn
I
it
think
good?
we're
off.
good.
Okay.
Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
All
And I
right.
know we've done it before, but anyway. Okay.
Are we
All
now in
right.
recording mode now?
It looks like it's showing recording to cloud, so I take it it's working. Go ahead,
Okay.
Doria.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. It's top of the hour, 8 o'clock. So we are welcome. We are Redox Nurse Talk. I'm Doria Stewart and my partner Cindy Reed. We are excited about we're excited that you have taken your time out of your busy schedule, and more importantly, to be taking an investment in learning to hear about this. You know, our passion is to bring this technology to the public and educate people on the benefits of it. So each week, we have the honor to host a guest that has been impacted by this technology, both personally and professionally. And tonight we have Leland Duyck, and Cindy will be conducting his interview, later, and then there'll be a time for some questions. We'll show you a short video to explain what this is, because many of you may not know what we're talking about and may be new to this, and we're invited to the Zoom. So we would like to just show you a little short video to explain it. We do have some housekeeping rules, and what they are is during the presentation, we just ask that if you're going to move away from your computer to shut off your video so that, I can easily get distracted. Sometimes I do. So you could do that. We would appreciate that. You're going to hear some powerful testimonies this evening. And so we need to state our disclaimer, and that is that what you're about to hear is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure any medical health condition. So what I would like to do is just briefly tell you a short little 1-minute testimony about myself. I'm a registered nurse here in Atlanta, Georgia. I work part-time as a gastroenterology nurse, recovery room nurse. This technology was presented to me by a very dear friend who's a dentist. And because I trusted him, I, decided to take a look at this. And what intrigued me about this or piqued my interest is that this was non-toxic, and that this is something that we create in our bodies, but as we age, we lose a certain percentage of these every year. And so we have, 72 trillion cells in our body, and these cells, are working to help enable our processes to work. And so I decided to, take the deep dive and go ahead and go on the product. I wanted to, I don't deal with any health challenges. I don't take any medications, but I do want to live a life of vitality. And I also want something that's going to be resilient to stress. And as a nurse, nurses deal with a lot of stress every day, and it plays a big havoc on our bodies. So this was a way that I found that I could supplement the molecules so that I could live a life of, of vitality and energy and endurance. So this is my mission. It's my passion to share this with the rest of the world, and I'll continue taking the product the rest of my life. So I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful partner, Cindy.
Thank you, Doria. I am also a nurse. I'm here in Nashville, and at the moment I'm a hospice nurse. So when this technology crossed my path, I had some autoimmune challenges that I was dealing with, and that has greatly improved those. I'm not on any medications either, like Doria. And just the fact that this is non-toxic, like she said, was a game changer for me. I was looking for something more holistic and natural just to handle those health challenges. But with this product, and Doria and I have talked about this a lot, we have the ability to change more lives with this than we could just in the field of nursing, just because we don't have those limitations of having a doctor's order. So, yeah, that's what I love about it. It's just sharing it, and that's my passion, is to get into this full time from my hospice job. So we will do a short video, and then I'll introduce Leland Duyck. He's an awesome speaker and so motivating, and you're going to really want to hear this and share it with friends afterwards. We will upload this to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, and we'll share a little bit more about that afterwards. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll do a very short video with Alan Noble.
Hi, Alan Noble here, and I wanted to just share with you a few thoughts on why Asea Redox is such an incredible health technology. You know, for 2 decades, science said what's inside this beautiful blue bottle could not exist outside the human body. This is a technology that is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. You know, we now have science experts comparing this breakthrough to the discovery of DNA, the discovery of penicillin, and it truly does represent the single greatest health science breakthrough that we will probably see in our lifetime. I think a great place to start is to get really clear on what Asea Redox is not. It's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, it's not an antioxidant, it's not an exotic juice, it's not an essential oil, it's not a CBD oil. This technology goes beyond nutrition and ingredients, and yet it can impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. For many people, Asea Redox represents the missing link when it comes to better health and vitality. So what is Asea? So to understand this breakthrough, you've got to realize that your body is the most complex communication network on Earth. Every second of every day, your cells are passing tremendous amounts of information within the cell, cells to cells, throughout all the systems and organs of the body. Now, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, but this signaling and communication is going on every second of every day that you're alive. Now, any breakdown in this signaling and communication, and you cannot achieve your full health and healing potential. Let me give you a simple example. So imagine your home's on fire and you call the fire department. Now they could be the best fire department in the city. The big red truck, the firefighters, the fire hose, the ladder, everything they need to put out the fire. But what if you have a bad cell signal? What if they don't get the message? Maybe you've only one bar, maybe the call keeps dropping, or there's cross communication. They don't get the message and your home goes up in flames. It's the same in our body. If your cells can't signal, little else matters. And so Asea Redox represents the world's first and only signaling technology that can amplify and clarify this critical cell signal. And the difference in people's lives is absolutely astonishing. So Asea Redox really does represent the missing link to better health and vitality. And I would encourage you, just dig a little deeper, really understand what this technology might be able to do for you and your family. And before we go, let me pull out my trusted tube of Renew 28. This is our topical version of the same technology. And when you apply the topical signaling gel to wrinkles, elasticity, stretch marks, cellulite, age spots, redness, irritation, the results are absolutely astonishing. So again, dig a little deeper, understand our technology and 2 beautiful delivery systems, and see what it might do for you. So this is Alan Noble thanking you for your time today, and bye for now.
Okay. That was just a short explanation of how these molecules work. And there's so much more science you can dig into if you really want to know more about it, but just take the simpleness of the technology and just know how amazing it works. So now it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce Leland Duyck. And I will read a little bit about his bio, Leland, as we appreciate you coming and giving up your time. He's a very busy person, as you will hear from the bio, and you will learn so much from him tonight. So Leland is from Plano, Texas, but he does have a farm, a ranch in Oklahoma, in southeast Oklahoma. He is married to Donna, and they have children. Leland, how many children do you have? I didn't get that part.
3 children.
3 children, okay. And Leland was in orthopedic surgery for 13 years as an orthopedic surgical physician assistant. He's founder and co-founder of a retail chain of back stores, founder and co-owner of a global DME and orthopedic sports medicine and distribution company for 21 years. He's a partner and executive director of sales for two separate global orthopedic and sports medicine manufacturing facilities that were built for 10-year stints, and then he sold them. He owns and operates a 450-acre cattle ranch from 1994 to present. In Asea, he's done wonderful things. He is a Asea Triple Diamond executive, and he reached that rank in 14 months, which is awesome. He was Asea Motivator of the Year Award in 2017, the third place Emerging Leader Award in 2017, fifth place EMP earner in 2017, 2018, fifth place EMP earner. So he's done a lot with Asea. He was a premier club member, and he has done well and very successful, as he is also in the Millionaire Club. So I'm sure he has a lot to teach us about the business and as well as the product and the technology. He has an amazing personal testimony as well. So Leland, we are welcoming you, and we are so eager to learn anything you can teach us, whether it's about the technology or how to run a business, which obviously you can do because you've done several here in your history. So Leland, what was going on in your life, or how did you come across Asea?
Well, I was approached by a friend, my sponsor, Terry Latham, and he brought this to me. And at that time, I was running a couple of companies, 3 companies actually at the time, and I wasn't looking for something else. So when he told me redox signaling molecules, I didn't study at my medical school. I didn't think it was real. So I'll be honest, I blew it off. I called it snake oil. We had a good laugh. But just, it's always about timing. And so he just continued to drip on me every little bit. And he wasn't pushy. He was very professional. I continued to reach back out and ask how I was doing. And, down the road, I had a health challenge. And I went through 14 months of treatment and nothing worked. And I found myself in a very dark hole that I'd never been in before, with discomfort, depression. I couldn't run my companies. I was hiring everything done. This cost me a lot of money. And I was afraid that everything that I had worked for was going down the tubes. Yeah, it was a very scary time for me. And Terry talked to me and said, I know you've not been doing well. You're taking all these medications. You're not seeing the results. I know you said you were seeing the side effects of some of them. I said, yes, I am. He said, what I don't understand is why you won't try this product. It's non-toxic. It cannot hurt you. There's a money-back guarantee. And I said, I didn't study medical school. And pretty much it was like, well, you wouldn't have, because this science wasn't around then. You're older. And so this is new science. And so it gave me hope, to be honest. And he gave me a site to go to called pubmed.gov. And 7 years ago, when I went to that site, there were 14,600 articles there. And I read through the night, and I called him back and said, I'm interested. And we also scheduled a flight to go out. I had to see it. I wasn't skeptical. I was more on the cynical road because I'd not studied it before. It just seemed too good to be true. And so I had to know. So I flew out to the company, and I met the founder, and I went through the exec corporate office, and I went through the manufacturing facility. And I don't get wowed very easy, because in my orthopedic business, I go in and out of NBA and NFL locker rooms. I'm around all kinds of professional sports and athletes. Work with the Olympic teams. We've had the veterans contract for 11 years with all the military. So I'm around a lot of money and big business and big athletes. I don't get real impressed. I'm impressed with people, but not necessarily, the business. And this company wowed me that day. I came away, I was going, to be honest, to find things that I could give me a reason not to say yes. And I didn't see any red flags. The corporate office was beautiful. The manufacturing was in place. I had a manufacturing company. I had 150 employees. I know what to look for, and I didn't see red flags. I came home excited to try this product, and I did. And the first week, about 8% of my discomfort left me. Second week, my depression had started lifting. And in the third week, my hands began to open and close for the first time in 14 months. because with my disorder that I had, it affected all of my joints at the same time. And so, very scary time. The first day it hit me, I couldn't even roll over on my own mattress. I could not stand on my own. That's how bad it was. I couldn't take the cap off a bottle of water. I couldn't dress myself or go to the restroom without help. So for this, I was an athlete through college, played some ball overseas. Then I was in as a cowboy for 30 years, roping and doing. I'm pretty physical. And you want to talk about humble pie. This brought me to my knees because I had to be dependent on everybody else. And I'd never been there before. And so, when you lose hope, you lose just about everything. And I had lost hope. And I was thinking some bad thoughts, which is sometimes embarrassing for me to have to say, but I never thought I could get to where I was, but I was there. And I didn't want to live that way. And so I'm grateful that Terry stuck with me. Keep that in mind as you're talking to people in this business. Remember, it's about them, not about you. Don't get upset with them when they say no. Just follow up with them. Keep dripping on them and stay professional, because it always seems to be about timing. And I know a lot of the top leaders in this company, and I've heard their stories, and almost every time it's about timing or need that they had, or their back was against the wall financially, or they had a health challenge. There's a multitude of things, but they don't usually move forward till they're ready. And if you push them, they're gone. And so I've just found that to be very valuable in this business, is to treat people with utmost respect. Their no is no. Doesn't mean you can't follow up with them, but thank them for their time and let them know that if things change, like it did for me overnight, it hit me overnight, you just know that you can call me anytime, and I've got something I think I can help you. And a lot of those people do call you back. So, this is just an amazing thing that that was brought into my life, and I'm glad it did, because I don't know where I'd be if I would be here today because of that.
And Leland, I'm sure with you building the business as you have touched hundreds of thousands of lives, and I'm sure probably across the world, just from the ripple effect that we talk about so much. So I'm sure there's so many people counting their blessings because you said yes. So that's the thing. We don't know who we may affect if we accept this and share it with people. So you were a skeptic, as you admitted. So when you come across someone that kind of pushes back as well, how do you handle skepticism from others?
It's a great question. I usually tell them, I know where you're at. I was in the same place. I asked the same questions. I wasn't skeptical. I was cynical. So, it's not bothering me that you're saying no, but sometimes you don't know what you're saying no to. And I would encourage you to do your homework before you say truly no, because this company's not on trial anymore. The products are not on trial. They've been around 14 years. We're in every major med school that I'm aware of. Even our biggest med school, Harvard, has spent millions on a redox lab to study our product. We're in the Olympic training centers. Professional athletes use it. It's being used in 33 countries around the world. There's, I think now, maybe more than that, 500,000 on PubMed.gov, doctor peer review articles that you can go and look at and read. I don't think all those people are wrong. But it doesn't matter what they say to me, Cindy. It doesn't deter me from moving forward, because I know what it did for me. And when I saw what it did for me with my background in medicine, I knew that I just couldn't sit still and not share this with people that I loved or cared for. The last thing you want, and it happened to me, was to not share it with a close friend and then find out that they're on their last days and you didn't share it because you were waiting to put them off later on. They were kind of on my chicken list because they make, they're multimillionaires. So I didn't want to go approach him right away. I wanted to wait till I'd built up a little bit, and then he passed. And I remember sitting at his funeral with tears flowing down my face, saying, I'll never do that again, ever. I'm not going to wait to share it with people. What they do with it is up to them. We're just the messenger. We're not here to, to push it on them, or we're just the messenger. Kind of like your faith. You can only share it. You can't force things on people. So just share it. and don't try to convince them or talk them into it. Use the tools. And that's a mistake that I made. I moved very quickly. I went to Diamond in 14 weeks. I went to Triple Diamond in 14 months, 15 months. But anyway, it's not about growing fast. And matter of fact, it probably hurt me some because when you're growing so fast, you can't spend the quality time with the people sometimes in your group because so many new ones are coming in. And if I had it to do over, I would go at a slower but consistent rate. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can duplicate with your team. And so instead of being the tool, use the tools. Send the video, follow up. The video or the tools are strictly to find out if you've piqued interest, if they're interested or not. And if they are, you continue talks. And if they're not, thank them for their time and move on. But sometimes we want to push our family or our friends to the point of pushing them away. Please don't do that, because eventually they're watching you. Don't think they're not. And a lot of them that told me no are now in my organization. So the key is to be consistent, move forward, but be kind and loving. It's not about a sale, as our founder talks about. It's not about a sale. It's not about a transition of selling something. It's about getting to know somebody and changing their life. And as long as we're going to do that with this business, this will be a thriving company. If it's just about a sale, it'll be like a lot of others that won't make it. But this company is the best that I've seen, and the leadership is the best that I've seen. And to have a product that's exclusive, as an entrepreneur, it doesn't get any better than that. To have a product that's exclusive, and you know they're not building to sell because they had an opportunity to and they turned it down because they knew someone would probably bury it and not promote it. And so I respect that they turned down that kind of money, but it's good for us, the people, that we have something that's native to our bodies, that cannot hurt us, that can only help us. And there's plenty of documentation and proof of that. Doesn't matter if you're on medications or any forms of treatment, because this is native to your body. It's already in your body. It's the lack of in your body that's probably causing your issues. So that's what I love about this science. And for years in the practice, I wrote a lot of scripts and to get, handing scripts out for knowing that there were side effects to them, but that's what we were trained on in our medical school. So we just kind of followed suit, and yet I could see those. And with this, I feel great telling people about it because I know I'm not going to hurt them. All I can do is help them. And if they'll stay on the product long enough, they'll stay on the product. 15% of the people see results in the first week, and I was one of those people. Half of the people see it in the first 30 days, but 90% of the people see it in 90 days. And if you just think about that for a little bit, 90% success rate in 90 days. 90% is better than I could give some of our surgery patients. I mean, that's a great percentage. And, our bodies, they just don't get to where they are overnight. It's over a period of years. What we eat, what we drink, our stress levels, our environment. There's so many things that are involved there. And to know that we have something, if you knew that within 90 days you could see a change in your life, you jump through hoops to get there. But yet some people don't, and I don't understand it. But, I just encourage people. Here's what I do, because I tell them to go get their blood work. Go to your regular MD and just get your blood work. And when you get your blood work, ask them to take your SED rate level as well. That's SED-RATE, but that shows your inflammation marker in your body, if you're inflamed or having issues, and then get on the product for 3 or 4 months, and then go back and get your blood work again and compare those tests, because that's the real proof in the pudding you should be looking for, because those tests don't lie. And I just encourage people to do that. If you're skeptical or cynical like I was, that's the proof you should be looking for. You know better than anybody else how your body feels. A lot of times you'll feel it in the first week like I did. Sometimes it's the first month. My wife wasn't until after the 90 days, but she stuck with it and we saw a change. So everybody seems to be a little bit different. So just know that you could be that close. So I encourage people, don't stop, because I've been on it now 7 years this last month. I'll never come off the product. I just turned 70. I'll turn 71 this March. I feel younger. I look younger than I did when I joined 6, 7 years ago in my skin. I'm off my medications that I was on. It's been a game changer for me. And I can run a 450 cattle ranch. I do all the trimming and trees and the work, things that I couldn't do when I was in my 60s. This is an amazing product that changes lives. And I just encourage people to believe in the science, go do your own homework. If you're not happy in 30 days, get your money back. I've had one person return product in 7 years. One person. That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. Leland, you hit a lot of the things I was going to ask you about, basically. And you mentioned the corporate and the leaders. I mean, you went into a little detail. How would you describe our leaders and the heart of the company?
You know, I'll just have to speak from my heart. That's all I can do. I've been in business a long time. I've never seen leadership like this, ever. Most people would have sold this business and took the money and run. Our founder was one of the top 50 strategists probably in the country. He was the right-hand man to the president of Kraft Foods, Hobart Foods. They brought all those under one roof and, you know, retired and then saw this with a company that had started it 10 years prior and had some issues bringing it to market. And he ended up buying it, taking it over, and was able to stabilize these molecules. And to be able to, his son Tyler, the top leadership at this company, I've just never seen anything like it. And I travel the country with them, you know, at our events. They live what they preach. And their ethos, you know, is just amazing. They care about us. They can't do what they do without us, and we can't do what we do without them. And what I love about this business is that for years I've run my own companies, so I have to run them from the top. I'm the first one there. I'm the last one to leave. I have million dollar inventories, $1 million, both raw good and finished goods. We have to have employees to ship and bill and keep up with the raw good materials. And it is you have all the brick and mortar headaches when you're on your own business. With this company, with a cell phone, wherever you are, whether I'm at my home in Dallas or here at the ranch, whether I'm on my tractor, I cut it off, stop, I'll take a call. Wherever you have your phone, you're in business. I love it. And, you know, I've just never seen anything like this. And I know that I can go out with this business and it helps me to run my other two companies because I'm not having to stock product. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to bill it. I don't have to inventory it. All I have to do is go share it with people. And then when they get their account, they purchase the product at the same price I do. We're not buying this product. Cindy and Doria, and they're not buying this and marking it up to their team. They're allowing all of y'all to buy at the same price that they do. And I love that business model, that, you know, our family, our friends, that we're not marking it up. The company rewards us for taking some time to share this wonderful new science. And they're saying it's the top 5 new emerging sciences in the world today. They're ranking it right up there, like Alan Noble had talked about, with DNA and penicillin. This is huge. And, you know, it took 20 years for penicillin to come to market. We're just at 14 years. So we're word of mouth. Our company chose to do this type of business versus putting it in a retail store that no one would have a clue what it is because of the ingredients. So it requires telling, just like what I'm doing tonight. But we have great leadership, and I can go to bed every night knowing that the people at the helm are running this ship in a professional manner. All I have to do is go share it with people and do what I need to do on my end. And as I've seen it with a couple of pro teams I work with, they have a sign above the door. It just says, do your job. And I love that because that's what we have to do here. We just have to do our job. They're going to do theirs.
I like that. That's pretty awesome. And you were talking about, you know, people not understanding the technology. And I know a lot of people go and say, well, I have to ask my doctor. And a lot of doctors don't know about this yet. A lot of medical professionals don't know, but we do have a medical professional board that does consist of doctors and dentists and naturopath and lots of other avenues of healthcare. So it's getting out there, and like you said, it's not on trial. The science is there, and we're going to have some more information about that by the end of the year, I believe. So it's just amazing how it's spreading. I'm going to stop with my questions. Doria may have some, and then we'll open it up. But you hit all my bullet points, Leland. Thank you.
Okay, so I just have
Talking
a
with
couple.
doctors, sorry,
Go ahead.
one thing with Cindy, if you're talking with medical professionals and they don't believe or they haven't heard of it, the corporation has a corporate site now called redoxscience.com. It's a beautiful website and it really goes into some detail of some of the science. Make sure you get that information to them. Doctors don't know about it because it's not a drug, and they don't have drug reps coming around to their office telling them about it like they do medication. So this has to be through word of mouth, and most of the doctors that know were introduced to it by their patients. So just be patient with them, and if they don't know, introduce them to it. That's all you can do.
Like,
I love that.
Sorry.
So Leland, I understand you have a background in playing sports. I think basketball, I believe, in your younger years. I believe I heard that you had a crushing injury to your foot, and it took a long time for rehabilitation for that. What if this technology was available to you at that time? Would that made a difference in your rehab?
Oh my. I played basketball and baseball. I went to college on a basketball, baseball dual scholarship before I went overseas and played. But right out of high school, I was working in a warehouse making extra money before I went off for my scholarship. And I caught my foot in a conveyor belt. I didn't have my steel-toed shoes on. The guys were playing a practical joke. So as the big loads, I think that night we were at a cardboard factory. So those big pallets were coming down and they just wanted those pallets to turn over and all my boxes to be spilled, so I'd have to restack them. But I'd gone to break, and when I came back, I just cut across the rollers, the steel rollers. Well, they had turned my machine on automatic and the rollers came on and just pulled me in. And my right foot went in up to my ankle joint through a 1/4 of an inch space. So broke all the metatarsal bones in my foot. The top of my foot looks like a shotgun blast. It was a hole that big you could see through. It split out down the bottom. The buckle of my shoe was inside my ankle joint. It was a pretty bad injury. And they wanted to do a midfoot amputation, and my dad wouldn't let them. And we went through 6 different surgeons before we found one that says, I think I can save it. And we chose him. But as far as my basketball career, I was told it was over. Well, 13 months later, I accepted a scholarship up in Kansas. I lost the one in Oklahoma and went up there and played. And my foot was tender. It took forever for the skin to heal. I had 3 skin grafts from my thigh to my right foot just to cover it. And it was a tough rehab. But they toughened me up once I got up there. They kept me over to run and keep my feet tough, and ended up doing very well there. And it was a great university. Some of my best friends today came from there. And I just feel blessed that I was able to have kept my foot. But if I would have had this product, the biggest issue I had was the healing and the skin. And I know what this Renew 28 and what this drink would have done. I would have had them pour it right in the wound if I'd have had it, because it's antimicrobial. If I had a surgery today, my surgeon will pour this in my open wound. I won't let him go without doing that. I just know that's how good the product is. But that's my request. So I've seen what it can do. I've never seen anything like it in my 40 years in medicine. Great product and safe. Everybody should be on it.
Wonderful. I just have one last question, or just a comment. So recently, we came out, our company came out with 2 studies, one from University of Sydney and one from University about our products. Can you expound on that a little bit of what that means for us?
Well, it means a lot because we have key universities now around the country reaching out to Asea, reaching out, wanting to be involved with them, wanting to help be involved with their studies. That's huge. It's not like when we started, we were going to everybody, almost begging and pleading for them to take a look at this because it was new. Now they're coming to them. And that's just going to ensure our success down the road, because, redox now is a lifestyle. People may want to believe it or not, but we have 14 products in our company. And if you're on redox products, you have an opportunity to let your body heal itself. And, every day we're taking in toxins every day from what we eat, what we drink, our stress. So to be able to take something to kind of keep that at bay, but also to get the toxins and stuff that's there now out, that's to me the science. And it doesn't interfere if you're on medication because it's native to your body. Our Olympic athletes are able to take it. Our Olympic athletes have WADA tested, approved to take this product, because when they get tested, it doesn't even show up in their blood because it's native. It's the same molecular structure when you were young. So to be able, this is the beauty to me of the science. We're being able to put back into our body what our body's not even physically capable of doing anymore at our age. That's the beauty of this science. To me, if you tell anybody this is the fountain of youth, they're going to think you're crazy. But, I know how I feel. It'll be 71 in March, and what I can do that I couldn't do when I was 63 and 64. So, my belief level is out the roof. Nothing anybody says or does or laughs at me or call it snake oil like I did people, none of that bothers me anymore, because I know if they get on the product for 90 days and stay on it, and they have a belief when they see what happens to their body, guess what they're going to do? They're going to want to share it with other people just like I did. So I just encourage people to take the challenge to get on for 90 days and do not get off, and take it religiously, because it knows where to go. It knows what to do. It's the founder. It's the foreman of your body. It's like if there's a building here with all the building materials and all the workers are here, but they're all standing around and nothing happens till what? Till the foreman shows up, and then they all go to work. Well, this is the foreman. And you put it in your body, it's like flicking a switch, how it works and how quick it works. So I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think that we'll see anything. I don't think I'll see anything like it in my lifetime.
Wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that. So it looks like we have a hand up. Miss Barbara Stoltz, you're on the floor.
Hey, Leland. Oh my gosh, I
Barbara?
learned so much from you tonight. My question to you is, I know you've been very, very successful with Asea. What do you do to help your team plug in and be in a cohesive team?
Well, we do a variety of things. First, my sponsor, Terry, for our team, we have a morning call that we do at 7:30 every morning from 7:30 to 8. And on that call, we talk about our victories. We talk about our struggles. We talk about testimonials. We're real. And, we probably have 100+ every morning from all over the country. Sometimes they can be on, sometimes they can't, others will get on. It doesn't mean you have to be on every day, but it's a tool that we have to stay engaged. I have my own personal team call on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. And then right after mine, then Terry has his at 9. So we have something every morning and every Monday night. And then we try to tie into some of the other leaders, Alan Noble for sure on Thursday night, the Asea 5 on Friday night, Jim and Ann Glenn and the docs that come into that, Maureen, and I'll start calling names and forget everybody. And this is just an incredible group of docs that interview people, talk to other people. It's just an amazing thing that we have tools that we can use. We don't have to be the tool. And I love that we have the product, the tools that we can send people to. There's many times I can't get on the calls because I have a 3-way, or I'm doing a Zoom, or I'm meeting with somebody one-on-one. I'd rather my team be meeting and doing a meeting than sitting on a call learning. But, that's how you grow your business is constant activity. But when you're not, then these tools are there to tie into. And I think that's important, because I will tell you, we all go through the ups and downs of this business. We're high one day and we're down the next, and we get excited. I just encourage you to be kind of even keel. Don't get on that big up and down roller coaster. Stay consistent. You're going to have good days and bad days, but you know what? It's not anything unlike my other businesses. I had great days and bad days with my brick and mortar businesses. This is really no different. We just have to stay focused and stay tied in. The key is consistency, what I call putting things in the hopper, continuing to call people every day, continuing to follow up. Follow up is key in this business. So it's just staying consistent, and consistency is the key to success in this business. Never saying stop, keep going.
Thank you for that.
Yes. My mind just went blank. Redox Matters, the books, the 3 books, drawn a total blank on the gentleman's
Healthy
name.
Matters.
Dr. Osler, Lee Osler.
Lee Osler. I can't believe I can't say as much as I've talked with him. Encourage people to look at his books and understand them, because it is a Redox Live, and he's on the Asea 5 on Friday nights. But one of the top dentist, oral surgeon, oral guys in the country that talks about how it helps in the dental world. So Redox is being used in every phase of medicine, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so with 14 items now, not 2 like when I started, it allows you to really grow your business quicker because there's a product out there for everybody. And, I will tell you that I take all 14 products now. I was just on 13, but a couple of months ago, there's one issue I still suffer with, and I have to watch it closely, is my sugar levels. And Dr. Maureen Hayes told me that there was a product in that mood product that I was not taking. I thought it was for better sleep, and I sleep great, but I'm not depressed or down, so I didn't think that's a product I needed. But I got on it because of what she told me, and my blood levels had dropped up 15, 20 points. I sleep even better than I was before. So I'm really impressed with that product. And so I take it about 30 minutes before I go to bed, and it's at 70, I'm not getting up multiple times tonight, go in the bathroom, I sleep. And so that's important for you to be in a deep REM sleep, because that allows your body to recover from what you put it through during the day. If you're getting up all the time, you're not in that deep REM sleep. So that was one of the issues I had, running 3 companies and getting up multiple times a night. I never got into deep REM, and my body just went backwards. So it's important to get your rest.
All right, looks like Marita Combs.
Yes, we're happy that you came all the way up to Kansas to play basketball, Leland.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you see this new Asea app helping our business?
I see it helping a lot. I'm going to be transparent here with all of you. I was afraid of it. It's hard to teach no dog new tricks, and I'm 70. I've always had that part of my business taken care of by others. But I'm working with my wife. Terry Latham's wife has worked with doing training. I've been able to get my profile together, sent a couple of things out. I really believe it's going to be a huge plus. I don't want you to be afraid of it. I want you to embrace it. And what's fun is that there's going to be multiple videos. If you have a friend or a family member that has an issue and we have a product that help them, you might just send that little video to them and say, hey, I was thinking about you today. I thought this could be really helpful for you. Why don't you take a look and let's talk later today or tomorrow. And you don't even have to get on the phone with them, just send it. And if they come on and look at it, then you get a notification that they looked at it. So if they've looked at it and whether they might have an interest or not. So learn to use the tools. There's so many other things that this is going to be used for. We're still in pre-trial right now, making changes, making it better. They're taking advice from some of the top leaders and other associates around the country, trying to make this as good as it can. But there's not another company out there in network marketing that has this. Our company developed it with another company. So I'm excited that we have something that nobody else has. And I believe it'll be a product that will attract other leaders from other companies, because once a lot of them go through their warm market, this will be a great tool for social media. And so I'm very excited for the potential of what this can do, and the fact that they've built it and brought it to us. And it's not something you have to pay money for, like a lot of companies charge you a monthly fee to look at stuff like this. This will all be there for you. So for what I know about it, I believe that it's going to be a great product. And I'm already seeing some great results with people that are really digging in and using it correctly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tammy Eddington, go ahead.
Hello. Hi, Leland. The one
Hi, Tammy.
question hi there. I am taking notes on everything. And you said one thing that struck me, believe in the science. You tell your prospects or new people to believe in the science. And my question is, what do you say or suggest to use when you say that to direct a new prospect or potential to the science? Because we learn, or we're learning all the time. Terry always says, do third party validation, let the experts do it. So what do you say? I'm trying to hone my skills and figure this out. I've done it a lot today, and I find myself always wanting to, oh, I want to tell you what this is. And then I say, what do you suggest is the best way? I know, just what would you do?
I don't even bring up this. I don't even bring up the science unless they ask for it. I tell them my testimony. I tell them about all the lives that I've seen that change, how it's being used by medical physicians all around the world. It's being used in every phase of medicine. It's been used in our Olympic athletes and our medical centers. And it's just a great science, and you need to know about it. And I get them to try to look at it and say yes and move forward as quick as possible. Some people get tied up in the science and they can't move forward. They get paralyzed. They analyze it until they're paralyzed and they just don't move forward. And so unless they're really pushing me for the science, I just give them the basics. You have to learn to keep this simple. And because I have a medical background, if I explain the medical, then they think they have to know that too, and they're afraid to move forward. If my sponsor, Terry, teaches push and play. Send the video, push the play, listen to the video, and follow up with them and answer their questions. If they have questions concerning the science, then I usually get it somebody else, third party, on the phone with me. If I can't answer it, it's the third party validation is huge. And especially if you're dealing with family and friends, they go, what do you know about this stuff? Just say, well, I just got started, but I have somebody that's an expert that I can put on the phone with us. And so I don't bring up the science, but when they do, I tell them where I went. I went to PubMed and there were 14,000 articles. Today, I think there's 500,000. These are articles written by physicians. Our Olympic athletes are on it. It's being used all over the world in 33, 34 countries now. This product's not on trial, so please do your homework. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you want to take a look at this. And if I were you, I would take a look at it before I would medications or other forms of treatment, because this has no side effects. You can always try those things. Try this. And we have so many doctors today that use this, if you will, the first thing out of their toolbox. Because if they can help people with this and not have to go to medication or surgery or treatments, then that's a plus. To me, that's a last resort. So I really encourage people to think about being more holistic, taking a product that's native to your body and letting your body heal itself, not depending on other meds and things like that. That's just my opinion after being in the field for a long time. But I send them to PubMed. I think it's Scholar, Google Scholar. We now have redoxscience.com. Don't give them everything because it just confuses them. Send them to one site and then follow up with them. If they want more, then you've got something else to send them. But after a while, just say that, I think you've seen about all the science that most people would need. And what are you looking for that's keeping you from moving forward? I ask them a very direct question. And then I'll help them find that if that's what's holding them up. Or I get someone on the phone that's a lot smarter than I am that can answer the science questions. Because in orthopedics, I didn't study the science. I studied bone and muscle, and I didn't study cellular science. So that's not my strength. So I use other people for that when I need it, but it's rare that I use it. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a year, and that's it. So try to keep it simple and fun and give them what they need when they ask for it, but don't overdo it. Send them 1 or 2 tools, follow up with them, and try to close them.
Okay, even in the case if it's a medical professional that is per se like looking into this maybe for the second time for a personal reason, would you? She's
I
indicated
would
I
definitely
have
send
someone.
them. Yeah, if you want to get them on a call, that's great. But I would send them the 2 or 3 sciences if it's a medical professional. If it's a doctor, I'm going to say you can go to PubMed, look at the summaries. You know, you can break it down by redox signaling molecules dash heart or redox signaling molecules dash liver. It'll break those studies down,
Yeah.
and you can read the
Okay.
summaries. You don't want to read 50 pages. It'll read the summary, and if it interests you, then you can go and read that article. But those are things that I do with the docs, and then I also say I have a lot of physicians around the country that I'm close with, different ones. And if you have questions, I'd be happy to get one of them on the phone that's used this now in his practice for a period of time. Some doctors are interested in talking to other doctors, some are not. They're interested in learning about it and then using their practice, but they don't want to be doing 3-ways with other doctors all the time. But we have a medical professional board. We can send information from what we have, and now the redox science, which they're going to improve that even more as we move along. So I would encourage you to send those science. And then if they act like they're still hung up, just say, doctor, what is it that's keeping you from moving forward? Can you tell me what that is? And maybe I can help find that for you.
Okay.
I get more direct with them after a couple of times.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't be afraid to reach back out and do a reach out to them, right?
Right. You know, I try to meet them one-on-one if I
it's
can,
intimidating.
because there's nothing.
That's my.
Well, I do a core strength test. I don't have to say anything. You know, I was at a meeting where I had it out on the table, and the doctor says, "Tell me what you have." I said, "Doctor, I'd rather show you." And I just did a core strength test on him, and he goes, "Wow, what just happened?" And I said, "That's." He never forgot that and has done well. He was the #1 chiropractor in the state of Iowa out of 300. He was chosen as #1. He said, "I've never seen anything like this." So all you can do is show it to them. Once they get that and believe what it does, then they're open to move forward. But if they don't believe in it, it's hard for them to move forward, just like I couldn't.
Sorry.
Be patient with it. Just be patient. They're going to hear about it. Hopefully it's from you, but this science is going to grow, and they will hear about it from other people. And eventually most of them will be on it, but they have to see that it's real and it's a new science. So just be patient and move forward, but always be positive, exciting when you're talking to them. Enthusiasm sells when they see your excitement and your belief in the product. And so, doctor, I know when you look at this, you're going to be excited what this is going to do for your practice. Make positive comments to let them know that this is good.
That's awesome, Leland. And we have time for one more question. Dr. Hill, you have your hand up?
I do. Good evening, everybody. Leland, thank you so much. You're just like a walking Google encyclopedia. But I had a person ask me a question today that maybe you can shed some light on. Is Asea a biotech manufacturer, or is it a multi-level marketing company? I'm confused. What do we say? How do you respond to that?
Well, it's a biohack company. They found a way to mimic the molecular structure in our body. And if they say, is it multi-level marketing? I say no. I say it's next level marketing. Our founder shared with us, you know, the old network marketing was what I didn't like and what I had a negative connotation of this type of business because my parents used to be in it, and their garage was full of products and people were coming by all the time and they were delivering and doing this. We don't do any of that here. This is next level. The company, people get their own account, they buy directly, it comes to their front door. We don't have to handle or touch anything. I just get a check every Thursday night, Friday morning for the work that I do. And it allows me to run my other 2 companies because I'm not having to handle all those details. So next level marketing, yes, it is tiered, but it's next level. It's the newest. And this company's grown there's thousands of network marketing companies. I think we're in the top 40 in the world in 14 years. We're growing fast, and we have something that nobody else has. And so this is what I ask them. If it's a person or a doctor and they say, is this network marketing? I say, absolutely. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be doing it. That blows them away. And I also let them know that now money being made in network marketing has now topped the music industry and professional sports. That's how big this is. It's huge. And people can do it from their home without a big, huge upfront. Like my businesses were hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars upfront to get started. They can just purchase a product and get started. And to be able to build an income like I did in that short period of time, I've never seen that before. It blew me away. But it's not just an income. Those other businesses I sold, I never get paid on them again. With this business, it's residual income. Once you've built it, while you're sleeping, people around the country, anybody's using the product, you're getting paid because of the referral that you talk to them about it. And so if something happens to me today, my wife and my children, they'll benefit from that constant income that will continue to come in. I just think this is a phenomenal business. I've never seen anything quite like it. Is it easy? No. Is it hard? No. It takes time and dedication just like any other business. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes and follow the tools to make your business successful? And you don't build my multi-million-dollar businesses I built them in 10 years. You don't build them overnight. You're not going to build this overnight, but you can build a nice income. And when that income surpasses what you're doing, you get to choose, do you want to continue doing both of them or you just want to go to this full time? You have options that I didn't have before. And so, they're teaching network marketing now in colleges. It wasn't around back then. This is a way of business. And for the majority of the people, this is a business that they can build a huge income that they could not build if they had to put money up front, like buying a franchise or opening their own retail store. So this is just another way of doing business. And we've heard negative things over a period of years. And there is some negative out there, but there's negative in every type of business. It's the people that make the difference. And this is the best group of people I've ever been around. They care about other people. If you're kind of narcissistic and just care about yourself, you probably won't last in this business here, because we have loving, caring people that really want to help other people. And we're changing lives one at a time all over the world.
Leland, that's so true. And one thing about this business, where else can you not work for a week or so, take time off and still get paid for it? So that's the good thing. We have one more hand up and we're going to do that one and then we're going to honor Leland's time and we'll end the Zoom. But go ahead, Claudette, you have your hand up. You can unmute.
Okay. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Leland. My question is what if one of your prospects has a financial challenge and they say, well, which product would you recommend for me that I try first? If that question is asked, what would you say?
That's a great question. It's a great question, and it happens a lot because a lot of people can't afford all the products. I always start with the liquid drink, the liquid redox. I like for them to get on the gel too, because we believe in healing from the inside out and the outside in. If it's an arm or a shoulder or leg or ankle, I always include the Renew 28. If it's something down deep in the stomach, I usually get them on drink and elevate their levels. And I also get them on Biome, because Dr. Ann Louise Gettleman says that if your gut's not healthy, you're not healthy. And she stated that taking Asea and our nutritionals, which are patented, to allow your body to absorb good nutrition was the best opportunity for total wellness in your body that she had seen. That's a huge statement from a lady who's written 35 books and kind of the leader of nutrition here in the country. So I get them started on Asea and I get them started on Biome, because if their gut's healthy and their cells are getting healthy, their body can start changing. And as they're doing it as a business, start making more money, they can start adding the other products in there.
Okay, Leland, with that.
That's my opinion.
So to be an associate, they would have to have 100 PV every month, correct? So they could not just buy, say,
That is.
Okay. All righty. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
I will say this: if you're trying to help people and they start with that 100 per month, they can get on the drink, great, but bring them in as a customer, get them started. When they see results, they'll find a way to buy that product. That's what I found. And so 80% of the people are customers, 20% are business builders. but a lot of those customers will end up being your leaders tomorrow because their belief level's not where it needs to be when they start. And when it gets there, then you'll see them elevate. So just know that it's not for everybody on the business side, but this company is definitely a vehicle for health and for wealth. And people get to choose what they want it for and when. And that's what I like about it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leland. We want to thank you for all the information you've given us. I feel like we've been very blessed with hearing your testimonials and as well as your words of wisdom. And we know you're a very busy person, so we really do appreciate this. Doria, I'm going to let you introduce who is coming on next week, and then we will close out.
Absolutely. So we have Dr. Thomas Hill. He's a doctor in education, so he'll be our guest next Tuesday. And know that the recording is uploaded to our YouTube channel. All you have to do is search out Redox Nurse Talk.
Okay, I want to thank
Doria,
everyone. Go ahead.
I want to thank both of y'all for having me on tonight, and I want to thank you for being such great leaders. We need leaders all over the country, and y'all have been very, very good to continue to build your organization and to shine the light on this wonderful company. So thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you, Leland. This is just an opportunity to meet people and hear their stories, and that's all we want to do and just share it. Dory, did you have anything
great night,
else?
everyone.
Y'all too.
No, I don't. I'm just going to say, if this was your first time here with us this evening, please get back to the person that invited you to the Zoom so they can tell you a little bit more about, about this and show you how to get started. If you see this as an opportunity to share it like we do, then they can talk with you about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doria. I'm going to stop the recording. And everyone have a good night.